think we should set a timer. I think we should set a timer this afternoon, one of those kind of Wizard of Oz type hourglass things. A big old beast of a timer. It's countdown to Ed Miliband's resignation. Surely it has to happen. How could it not? Red Ed, the Archbishop of Bollards, the man who's worshipped at the altar of net zero, must surely walk the plank. By his own reckoning, must surely walk the plank. How can he sit by and idly watch the very thing that he told us will kill the planet and will kill us has just been given a big fat green light by the government in which he serves? Now, if that is not a resignation matter, I don't know what is. Unless, of course, you're a hypocritical duplicitous and you can fill in the blanks. The Heathrow expansion will happen. Ed, along with cabinet colleagues and Sadiq Khan, are all opposed to it, but it's going to happen. What they'll do, of course, is they'll offset it. It's called carbon offsetting, don't you know? Stupid. Carbon offsetting, which means you can wreck stuff and then plant some trees in Cleethorpes and say, that's fine, look, we planted the trees over there in Cleethorpes. So don't worry, it's all kind of all that guff and stuff that comes out of the planes has all been factored in. I'm happy that there is a big green light given to Heathrow, but it's well at odds with the evangelical approach this government have had to net zero, particularly Ed Miliband, a fella who cannot get out of bed on a daily basis unless he believes there is a crime of environmental iniquity going on. Ed remains where he is, steadfast. He wasn't at the speech today. This morning, of course, it was the Chancellor, Ricochet Rach, who delivered her big raft of announcements. It was all about growth in a wide-ranging speech in Oxfordshire today. She confirmed the government has backed plans for a badly needed third runway at Heathrow, as the case for expansion, she said, is stronger than ever. She, by the way, I said it at the beginning, she's refused to rule out tax rises in the future. Do you ever get the impression this lot don't really know what they're doing? That maybe they're kind of slightly out of their depth? When she did the Q&A afterwards, it was a bit sixth form to me. I'm not suggesting that Rachel Reeves is some kind of fool. I'm sure if you was on your pub quiz on a weekly basis, you'd lose on a weekly basis. Now, she's arguably got some fiscal knowledge in there somewhere. We just don't see it very often, if at all, and we certainly didn't see it today. It was a little student politics-like, you know, and the returning to the cliches and the vacuous platitudes that were wheeled out. Growth is essential. Growth, this is a man alive. Shut it. Get on with it. Give us some real, you know, proper meat that we can get hold of. And of course, the Heathrow expansion, as Julia was saying, is that even likely to happen? And I don't mean this question, by the way, naively. I appreciate that when you make a runway, you don't just lay a couple of inches of tarmac for a mile or two. I know it goes a little deeper than that, quite literally. But how long can it take to build could there be anything? I mean, it's Roman, isn't it, in its implication? It's a very straight road. Ain't no bends in it. It's just a big lump of straight old road. Serious question. If you work in construction, if you've ever laid a runway or worked at an airport and been part of a gang that's laid a runway, seriously, how long can it take? How wide is it? How long is it? Right, it's a mile long. It's, you know, I don't know, a quarter of a mile, whatever it is. Dig a massive hole, the shape of the road you want to achieve, then fill it in, and then put a nice smooth surface with some lights in the top. Seriously, how long? How long? So this is the idea. Many people, including Julia, saying this will not get built in our lifetime. I'm guessing the opposition from people who want to protect rare newts or something will kick in, and maybe local authorities will have their say. But the principle of it, you know, yeah, it's expansion, it's about growth, but apparently unlikely to happen. Is Rachel Reeves going to revive the economy? It is fascinating to see a government whose very existence is predicated on this idea of net zero, go for an announcement that by environmentalists' standards is about the worst thing you can do. This is far worse than your motor car. This is a big... These are aeroplanes. The guff these characters spew out on an hourly basis, it just puts cars into the hors d'oeuvre position of environmental catastrophe. So if that is your thing as an environmentalist, you would be so against you wouldn't even go there. You wouldn't even go there. But what they've realised over there at Labour HQ, first you've got Donald Trump doing some kind of just basic common sense stuff, whether you're left or right. He's employing that. And they've realised that they are also scuppered if they don't look as if they are a party of growth and investment. That's, I think, the long and short. Can Rachel Reeves revive the economy? 0344 499 1000. And whether you like Donald Trump or not, just listen to the kind of speeches that he gives about this kind of stuff. You know, the golden age of America has begun. We're here for business. It's going to grow, baby, grow. We are going to make it happen. It's like we want jobs for Americans. We want to be serious about growth. And you sort of hear it and believe it. When Rachel Reeves says it, I'm not sure I believe it.